Here we go.
Oh no. It was being fucky. No, my mic missed my entire spiel. Oh, that's embarrassing. Okay. Anyways, to sum up everything I just said, that anybody who might be watching this from a Trumpet stream earlier today, our boy made some claims about this game being bullshit, being unpredictable, being uh, hopefully going to disprove that. I'm going to start a brand new game with nothing, using the same gear that he used, and going down the same path that he went down. And I'm going to do my best to show that the game is not what he claims it is, and that our boy, he can get better, he will get better, and because otherwise, embarrassed. You can't be good at one game and then claim that because you're good at that game that you can redeem yourself by playing that game and being good at that game. That's not how this works. You can't just go and play Dark Souls 3, be good at Dark Souls 3, and then say, therefore you're good at video game. It doesn't count. that you've done bad. So that's kind of what I'm going for. Now, they seem to screwed up nearly every.
Jipangu.
Let's call it Neo and the Tribulations Trumpet.
The Philosopher's Stone.
You.
Also Moon Man chat.
Trumpet's a good boy, and I don't want to associate him with. I like him. I actually like his very wholesome. Now, I'm not going to restrict your speech. You can speak your speech, but I'm gonna be a good boy for this.
Well, for now, I think I'm the only one here anyway.
That's all right. I'll make it a point, even if nobody else is watching this. I'll upload it to YouTube, and then I'll just put it in his Discord. That'll do as well. Now, he had a very successful stream today. I think it went. So I hope that his declarations of a war against me, ever wanting, I'm hoping I can, because this is a good game. He says differently, wrong, and that's just awful. People be allowed to be, especially when they're good boys. Like, now I haven't played this game in months. I haven't played this game in 6 or 7 months. So it's not like I'm the best player at this game ever. The only thing that I have that he doesn't have is a little bit of game. But one of the things that's important to know about this game is that it's not Dark Souls. Very important. People want it to be Dark Souls. It ain't Dark Souls. Now, just because you can lock onto enemies and beat them up with swords, circle strafe around them, block and attack, feels like it should be somewhat similar. Don't make it the same. The game has a lot of different stuff involving gear, involving builds, involving many different forms of synergistic builds that depend on how you build your character, as opposed to having access to the gear like it is in Dark Souls. Dark Souls, when you have your hands on gear, that's pretty much all you need. You can get one weapon and one set of armor. Armor basically doesn't matter, except for poise. You don't even have to enhance. And then you enhance your weapon up to what you want. One weapon all the way up to plus 15 or with an L. And that's the game. And for most bosses, Dark Souls, you can simply block, circle strafe around them, and come out on top, which is what our boy Trumpit was trying to do today against the vampire girl. And, well, he tried to go on Thought Patrol and he himself was. That's unfortunate. Wish this on nobody. That's terrible and nobody have to go. Now, Sime, is the stream fucking up? Is it skipping along? Hopping?
No, it looks pretty smooth to me so far.
Okay, it appears to be dropping frame FPS playback, but it's looking good. It might have something to do with G-Sync and windowed mode and that stupidity, probably. So at the beginning of the game, you don't actually have access to most of what the game is about. And it almost tricks you to thinking that it's going to be like Dark. You can't learn any skills. You don't have any magic. You don't have access to ninjutsus. Your understanding of weapons is limited to finding them in this game, to Trumpit's credit, does a terrible job of explaining anything. And because of that, it's not very beginner friendly. Nobody gives you an intro to this. There's not really a way that you expected what the hell is going. The game is actually like very complex when it comes to, hey, what stats should I level up? What do these different stats do? What should I look for on equipment? What's useful? What's not useful? All of these. So I get that coming into this game like he did 2 days ago, thinking, well, you know, what the hell? This game's completely and totally unfair. Get that viewpoint. And I get that the game introduce you to things very properly, and that it's a very frustrating. This was the issue that I had when I first started playing NioH. And I basically had to read the frickin' manual and go through different menus, actually learn the game. Now, this is not something that people tend to have to do modern day. You want the game to play itself kind of for you, to teach you everything in pop-up. And I'm not knocking that, because games kind of should introduce themselves to you so that you kind of feel like you want to play them. And when they don't do a good job of producing content to you, it's a legitimate bitch to say, well, hey man, I kind of feel accosted by this game right now because it's expecting me to know a whole bunch of shit that it didn't even tell me about. So that's a legitimate complaint. But you should be able to put your big brain hat and kind of figure out, hey, things aren't working out for me. Maybe I'm missing something. Maybe I should look a little bit. That is what I would encourage people to do when they're playing games that sort of have their reputation often difficult, as this one very much marketed itself as, and deserves the title because it's hard. So that's kind of my spiel. Got my friend Simon Balthazar. Balthazar, if you could sarcastically, hello. You're pretty
Hi.
low. And of course, I've got my good buddy Sime with me. Sime's a good boy. Got thickest beard ever.
Yes. I grew it myself.
So, one of the general strategies that I explained to our boy, and he was doing a lot better, is that this game actually shows you the enemy bars, and enemies do have stamina. So, something that you should do is use that against them. If you can bait a swing out of an enemy that's using especially larger weapons, like axes, doesn't work as well with enemies that are using swords, but you can sort of get them swing, waste their stamina. If you can deplete their stamina, and you hit them while their stamina bar, which is bar, hits 0, they'll fall on the ground. While they're on the ground, you strong attack to do a. So, generally speaking, that's something that is a good way to take out really heavily armored. A lot more easy otherwise be. And another thing is that when enemies run out of stamina, as I just screwed up there and should have attacked them on the ground, you can accidentally overswing when you're locked on, and you'll miss your opportunity to hit them. Really good down attack that you should be wanting to hit. Another thing is that this game gives you many tools to deal with enemies. And you have to use, oh shit. You have to use all of your toolkits. And if you don't use your toolkits properly, the game is going to be way harder than it needs. So as I've just embarrassed myself and Eric, which not happen, yes it does. If you don't use everything the game gives you, you're not playing the game properly. Because it wouldn't be hard if you could do well in it without having to use everything it gives you. Fortunately. Gotten this. I'm screwing something. I was doing so well too, so now I've lost my location previously.
If only I played this game, I would know, but I haven't. So
I feel friggin' stupid. This is definitely. Embarrassing dead air. But if you use everything, oh, it's here. Let's down this. If you use everything the game gives you, it's still going to be difficult. It's not going to feel like it's impossible. One of the things that you really have to do is take advantage of your anime mode, a living weapon. And that's something that is difficult to do because living weapon is awesome. It's basically like your ultimate. And you might feel like, hey, I don't actually want to use the living weapon because I feel like if I use it, I'm going to be wasting it. And I kind of, instead of wasting it, want to be able to use it in a clutch scenario. Problem is, if you never turn it on, or you feel like it's a resource that you need to save up and not constantly be depleted, the game is going to be a lot harder for you than it really needs to be. So I would heavily encourage you to use everything that it gives you, including a lot of consumable items that, to be fair, the game doesn't properly explain to you exactly what it is that you're supposed to do with them. It's like, hey, here's sacred water. Well, what the hell does sacred water do? Well, the game doesn't pop up and tell you what it does. You have to actually read it. What it does is it gives you a lot of key reduction. Key regenerations. So imagine it being like in Dark Souls, the green leaf. I don't remember exactly what it's called, but basically the green leaf stuff that when you eat it, you of course get way more stamina regen. That's very helpful. It's pretty much like having a 420. So at light, definitely something you should be wanting to look forward to using. So if you don't do that and you don't use these things that the game gives you, it's harder. All right, so round 2 versus Derek, Electric Boogaloo. Hopefully I don't get completely distracted. So you'll see his stamina hit red. I was able to knock him down. I was able to do like 3 attacks. There's 2 different types of enemies in this. Humanoids, which have gray key bars, and then there's yokai, which are demons. And demons have blue key bars. And with demons, they don't lose stamina when they swing. Instead, they only lose it when you attack. And demons, or yokai, same thing, yokai and demon, Japanese. I think my resident weak expert. Yokai a demon, basically.
Yeah, something like that. Or there's also Akuma, Majin. Yeah.
Okay. So the demons in this game, they, when you hit them, the yokais, they don't actually take what would you call it? Stagger damage. You cannot stagger them. But if their key is completely reduced, which for them is the blue bar, that's a gray bar for human enemy, what you'll end up doing is being able to stagger them with. They will have this for a couple seconds, maybe 10, and then they'll get their blue bar back. Now, sometimes when yokai attack, they create what's called yokai realms, where these grayish black little circles on them. And when you get the grayish blackish little circles on them, they will regenerate ki while they're in them, and they can't lose ki to attack while they're in. So them being in this state is really bad for you. Luckily, you can purge these zones by doing what's called a ki pulse. Now, I'm choosing Sword, Odachi, and Kato because on current character, that's what skipped this tutorial since A, they should give you the tutorial before Tower of London. You don't, which is using the same set in the same build that Trumpit used. I'm gonna do my best to show him that very pop do all of these things. I'm gonna explain in the boss fight what I'm doing, why I'm doing. Again, I have not played quite a bit, so I'm probably gonna stop quite a few times. I'm gonna die. Yeah, and I encourage him to laugh at me or like LARPing as like a professional, whatever, and telling him about how the game is hard, but it's fair. But I'm definitely hoping to show that it's very fair. Okay, so something that everybody should know is in order to check your spirit, you have to be at the shrine. Look here. Now, spirits require the spirit step to unlock all of the things on the in red and gray. Red is the requirement, gray is what you will get when you. Now, it's important to get your spirit with Kato up to 10 because 15% skill damage and 20% close combat key reduction. Critical means you have to be at lowered health. But the key recovery speed plus 20 and the key plus 10 is going to be very useful. So for what we want to do, we want to immediately get 7 speed quickly as we can. Now, we can't do that yet because we level up. The weapons that I chose are what he chose, which is Yodachi. The katana damage best scales off of heart, which also the Odachi scales best off of strength, which kind of sucks as an individual stat. It does increase your carry weight by a little, but stamina increases your carry weight a lot more, so you don't really get a secondary benefit off of it like you would with other gear. Now, something that you need to know about this game is that it's just like Dark Souls with roll speed. And if my equipment weight goes above 30%, I'll get downgraded from Agility A to Agility B. Now, why that sucks is not only does this affect your dodge speed and your iframes of your dodge, also affects how much key it takes for you to move and dodge, and how much you'll take when you're shooting. And generally, it's pretty terrible to not be at. Now, sometimes it's worth it to go down to Agility B. If you ever go down to Agility C, which I believe is like 70%, not 100%, you will be suffering. You won't know why, because you can only swing your weapon like 3 or 4 frickin' times, and suddenly you're out of stamina. And you're kind of like, well, what the hell? This game isn't fair, and I don't know what's going on, because you've thrown on the highest number stat armor that you find without realizing or putting that on. So long as you stay under 30%, just like in Dark Souls, you're golden. So above that, not good. If you go above 50 or 70, absolutely terrible. Now, as I collect Amarita, which is basically souls in this game, you'll notice in the top left that my spirit gauge is filling up with sort of a little bit of a yellow overlay. Now, when that's completely and totally full, I will have my living weapon ready. Living weapon is anime sword mode Boogaloo. And it's fantastic. The reason why it's so freaking good is because you don't take damage to your HP while it's up. Instead, the duration of your living weapon goes down. So while that's not great, and you generally want to avoid damage, still, even when you're in living weapon, because you want to be able to keep using your weapon, it can save you in a pinch. If you know that you're going to have to take a shot or two, attack damage, not a bad idea to switch to your living weapon to not die. Also, living weapon will give you a element associated with whichever spirit you chose. Since we chose Kato, we'll get fire. You can always change later, and you will at later points in the gain access to the other 2 spirits that you did not choose. It's not like you're completely in. One of the good things about this is that once you get past the first area, you will be able to undo like pretty much everything. You can buy books from blacksmith that will do skill reset. Those do double in price every time you buy one, so you don't want to like change all your skills constantly. But they start off at a very, very, and it's very easily accessible. So it's not unforgiving, you know? Like Dark Souls, where that I accidentally put like 3 skill points into the wrong thing, and now I have to suffer getting like 150,000 more souls because my build isn't worth acting. I estimate. These little dudes with bowls on their head give you buffs whenever you visit a shrine. And you get to choose one type of them. Now, generally speaking, I like the ones that give you more because leveling up faster. And the other ones are good if you're doing specific things, like trying to farm for equipment, get weapon drop rate and stuff like that. But 1% increased weapon drop rate, you're at the beginning of the game and you're not farming for the freaking. So, 4 level ups more quickly, good thing. Now, in top left, my living weapon is use it. So, we will go ahead and do that. And just now, I've done a shortcut and circle around. Dirt to 7, like we said earlier. Heart is what gives us more stamina. It'll also give us a little bit more life, give us 10 life per point. Body will give you like 40 life per point. So it's sometimes a good idea to put that, but I'm going for damage and loosely following the same numbers that Trumpit has. So we'll be pumping Spirit up to 10 or 11, and then we will be pumping Heart, and I think he did Stamina. Not entirely sure. They've done Strength, but loosely we're kind of best I can. Now your stances in this game, which is the wheel in the bottom right, they really matter. There's 3 stances. High, which is this one. You'll move slower. You will dodge slower. Your attacks will be. They will do more damage. They will break through enemy guards better. Go into medium stance. Your block is enhanced. You will do less damage than a little bit faster. And it's generally a well-balanced. Low stance will attack you a lot faster. Do lower damage. Will dodge. Your blocks are really nerfed. If you're planning on blocking, you don't want to be in the middle. When an enemy has a low amount of stamina, just about to tip them to the 0 stamina, depleting their stamina when they're blocked is generally a good idea. So, depleting enemy stamina in this can be a better strategy to killing them than just trying to nuke down all of their baiting attacks out so that they get in more vulnerable positions is definitely something doing, especially this guy. So when he opens himself up, we will take advantage of that, but we'll stay back, let him lower his stamina, knocks himself down, we'll go. Now, This is a popular ambush spot for people to die, and you can tell that because of gravity. So what we'll do is we'll go in here, draw at the end. Because it's going to be like a 4 or 5v1, let's use our living weapon. Smoke it if you got it, so why wouldn't you? And as you can see, you can just kind of cut through these guys like a knife through hot butter. Gotta use what you have. So if I were to not know what was going to happen there, but I died to it, I would go back into that and say, okay, this is a tough fight coming. I should use my living weapon. Yeah, that I should use. Because that's how this game is. Nothing cheap about using living weapon. You're really supposed to use it. The game is hard using everything it gives you. So if you're not using everything it gives you, you're trying to make yourself suffer. Now, seems like our boy Trumpit really likes high stand, and there's nothing wrong with that. If he plays best with high stand, that's good. But I myself have issues that it's too slow, exposes you, and I think that you open yourself up to a world of hurt. Because this game animation, you are in the middle of you cannot dodge camp. So I'm swinging, I'm tapping, dodge, and dodge. Very end. Gotta be careful. Now, in some circumstance, because everything in this game is textual, you will want to go into high stance. In this case, I want to go into high stance because yokai like this guy have horns on their head. If you break their horns, it knocks them on the ground. So if I can get the slash just right, break his horns, he gets stunned, he loses his ki, and then until he regenerates his ki, I can stun him with each attack. And this game is more about spacing yourself out than it is nuking down an enemy. So wait for him to get vulnerable, you go in, I only get a few hits, that's okay. We're not in a rush. Rushing in this game, I did get little lucky. Did get a blue Odachi. Second weapon I chose. Choose your second weapon. Doesn't actually give one. But we have it now. It does give you, I think, like one strength if you Odachi. Second weapon, whatever the for that. Dachi, great weapon. A lot of problems. Don't set up your spacing. Set up your which is really what this is all about. World of the
just watching whatever's seems good this season. Watching. Oh god.
What are we watching?
Watching bring up the list.
Got binder full of anime.
Yeah. I'm watching Indro. Wadatin. Rising of the Shield Hero. The Promised Neverland.
How was Rising of the Shield?
Very good. I think I was telling you about it earlier.
Yeah, a little bit on the synopsis stuff. I only know about it because of the controversy.
Yeah.
But you think it's a good manga to anime?
I think it's a light novel. I read some of the light novel up to like volume, and yeah, I think it's pretty good.
What's the difference?
Light novels, pretty much mostly just book, except the occasional drawn picture.
Oh, so it's
Yeah,
a book with
it's mostly text.
illustrations, not a comic book.
Yeah, and there's not a whole lot of illustration.
I'm surprised that they decided to make it into a.
It's like I guess it's like pretty good because it's it's got 13 volumes, at least here in the States, and 20 volumes in Japan, I think.
Japan.
Zippangu.
Mongo.
But yeah, oh yeah, but a lot of light novels are adapted into animes.
So I'm equipping the gear that I'm equipping because I'm making sure that I stay under 30%. Get those advantages that agility. Agility stick. Really do not like. Not. Hard. Hate this guy. Stamina down a little. I get into him. That is out. Stab him. The Odachi. Those easy overhead strikes. Knock him out. Ooh, sometimes that'll happen. Lock on to that you. And we're not in a rush here. Waiting for himself. Get one or hits in. Off. Fairly predictable. Sometimes they will attack once, some will attack 2 or 3 times. Attend fairly closely. You'll be able to see. The tells in this game not as blatant as in Dark. The telegraphing is definitely lower. That doesn't mean that it's not. Certainly is. For example, these guys on the ground, when things grow black, that means they're about to grab. Same thing happened. Vampire. Her hands will glow black as she's standing up after you've knocked her from being. And that means that she's gonna grab you. So back off. That was the seductive kiss that killed him 6 or 7 times. That move particularly sucks. It doesn't just hit for one. Hits for like 5 or 6 different ticks of it. So if you're in living weapon on low health, it will deplete your living weapon bar until you're in your normal state, then continue to damage her. Gotta actually, yeah, pretty. Oh god. Shall I? Easy. This guy has an axe. They are significantly my opinion, more dangerous. But they are predictable. They do a jump forward. They sometimes do a couple. Why is? Oh, because I'm out. So there, I ran out of stamina. Didn't realize I was out of stamina because I'm a doofus, and he would have killed me. But I popped living weapon, and I was able to tank through it because of my living weapon. So that's a very valid strat. I would highly suggest you use it whenever you're in trouble, because that would not have been good. When you die, like in Dark Souls, you drop your Amrita / soul, and quite obviously that sucks. And you have to go and pick them back up. Something else that happens is your spirit animal stays there and protects your Amrita, which means that you don't have, so when you're going back to it, you can't do living weapon because you don't have a spirit to do the living weapon. So that sucks. And any of the other bonuses you get from your weapon, such as the flat 20% damage reduction or any that you could at the shrine earlier, you don't get those bonuses conferred to you. So again, that kind of sucks. One thing that you can't do in Dark Souls very well at all is you have almost a 0-second acceleration into. So sometimes dodging out of the way of something isn't always the best way to do it, because you can better position yourself just by running out of the way. Little trick, these little rocks. There's that sacred water item that I was talking about. Rather mundane, it doesn't rapidly oh. The game certainly does get easy. He did not. You zoom in. Easy. I'll take advantage of that. Sometimes your down attacks can hit. I'm pretty good. Now, he actually did way better on the first boss than I did. Gotta give him props for that. Second boss, a really big speed. Very hard, definitely. So I feel his suffering because I have been through it. But certainly not impossible, and the game is certainly not random. It's consistent. Unlike Dark Souls, where enemies attack patterns have, this game have a lot more attack. It doesn't mean that the game is inconsistent with it. To learn and prepare for more diversity enemy attacks. But overall, still very fair, very consistent. I've only been murked once. Could be one time. Oh, we're spirit to town. Kato? Greater heart to get more heat and here is where we can. What would you buffs? Now you can freely do these only for like 100 gold, which is always. Don't have one active, have it active. Per mission are on. So now we're going to go and fight the first boss. We'll probably fuck this up and get murdered because he does kind of one-shot you sometimes. And that's something that happens. Something that went through 2 days ago. The key falls. You wait for the energy to swirl. It's on your partial keep. It looks like that. Search the yokai. A lot more. Fighting yokai in a yokai realm. Bad news.
Do 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 do.
We gotta send all of our noodle boys. Bring our boys back. There's no Moon Man chat. Sorry, Flamanco. I just noticed that you were that you were there. Normally, Moon Man chat. Trumpit's a good boy, and I don't get him involved in our circle of talking.
I don't think
he's probably
I
still
think
not
he's still
there.
in here.
It's been quite a while since I noticed that he chatted. I'm really bad at that. Just in case you're still listening in the background. In fact, still love the movie. Trying not to narrow up Trumpit and
Not yet.
he's a good boy. That's one of those cases where like I really would have rather not done that, but probably would have died if I didn't. You gotta use it. It like it really is a get out of jail free card. It's always good to carry it around. Now, when your living weapon depletes, you'll see a timer go up in the top, and until that's full, your normal gauge won't fill. However, if you do collect Amrita, instead of charging your gauge, we'll actually speed that up. As you when I do this body here, it jumps up anytime go up, whether it's where it's from, or even from just crushing a. Uh-oh. Do. gotta find your spacing and
Get a ball in his grill.
pretty much
It was supposed to
go
be an
into the
easy
fight.
job.
Total
Lots of
ass
money.
fucks with all these. Get that. Get their stamp. Really exploit. I think one more. Some weapons, living weapon, much better than others, or just indifferent, and arguably one of the best ways. Attacks are a little bit slow. Powerful. They have, and they just wreck. I'm going to start this. We'll see how that goes. End up getting a little bit too hectic, but this guy isn't very hard, so you kind of want to bait an attack out of him like that. You got to get out of the way, because if you are directly behind, he's gonna swing the ball and chain. Now, if you hit his horns, we'll fuck him up. He loves to do that. Gotta be. After he swings, attack, get out. Ooh, all on my own. Broke that. Now, if you run while he's fishing for those cannonballs, he actually won't be able to hit you. You don't need to dodge. You're moving too fast for him to properly. Now, you'll see that right there, he was able to, when he regained his key, he made a yokai zone. And I can purge that with a key pulse. Another thing that also works instead of a key pulse is if you're in living weapon, every time you attack, it does a key pulse. Automatic. So living weapon against yokai, pretty useful. We are just going to run straight in there. Not going to bother fighting, because I can't build up a living weapon gauge anyways. Side of the ship, because I dropped my hide. There it is. We are going to do the katana, because it needs speed. Ooh. Ooh. I am really messed up by this. Oh, what? Got him down. And while we've got him down, now it's time to get the fuck out. Gonna keep pulse to purge that. Keep staying out of his way. Playing it safe because I don't want to die to him. Oh, embarrassing.
Ew, embarrassing.
Man, he really likes that fucking.
That bludger.
Yep. Oh God! Oh God! It's so easy to be greedy right now because it's so low, but we're gonna. All right, this out. We're just gonna keep laying into him. Right? Can't really lay into him. Ran out of stamina. There we go. That's the first boss. Fortunately, died to him, but pretty low level. Was able to do it pretty decent. And we're going to advance to these. Get through. One of the things that I was trying to communicate was how to use the blacksmith. Really, what the black. Obviously, you can make weapons like you did earlier on. Something else you can do. You can reforge. And that's important because sometimes you'll have a weapon, good amount of base damage. For example, who wants something that's only work at critical health? And critical health is like, hey man, we've got 30% of health, which at this stage in the game, you're gonna get one hang out that low. More ability to parry or something critical. Do anything. Go to the black. So we need the required stuff over. What it's conferring to us here is really kind of what we're going to need in order to get the next rarity of weapon. So in this case, if we're using all normal materials at the top, there's a 61%. What those different rarities mean is which as you level that bar up, get more max stat, and also how many modifiers. One, then it's where it might be 2, 5, but that also, one of the things you want to do is basically disassemble everything. You can select things, sell them one, or you rare or something, or the better quality of, you'll get blue ingredients if you blue. That is actually pretty good. That's going to do 14% enhanced humans, so non-yokais, an extra 11%. Have them on the last key. Rid of all of the weapon types. All these long. Now, this stat right here has like a square to a square. That means that you can sacrifice this item to put that. Not really that important right now, but we'll go ahead and just. I'm gonna catch all of the. Sometimes this attack here, that some of this stuff you need to just have to. So it's hard to sort of jump into this game, and I get that. Side note, armor has required stats. The armor on you get nothing in the case. These guys don't have the stats for the bottom. So I can't wear it and get the stats that are in red and gray there. We'll still get the deep flyer, but everything else. Typically, light armor is always going to require body and skill. Medium armor's usually going to require body and strength, and heavy armor also going to require body and stamina. Now that I've disassembled all this crap, we'll have enough to forge a regular sword. So when I look here, it'll ask me to confirm the materials I want. It will automatically put in that I have. So we're going to hope that I get that 5% get an exotic. Probably not going to. Before I do that, though, I think I can actually higher level, yeah, higher level was really no way. But you too much because out of a. Maybe after doing that, I will. I don't know. 41%. Get a blue. Got a. Oh, that's okay. Grapple damage. And I have enough. %.
There you go, jinxing yourself.
That sucks. That really sucks. Okay, and she'll actually give you talk to her. She'll explain about what they times when you talk to her, she'll randomly blacksmith really blacksmith other things in the beat. All right, so we're gonna get right to the meat and potatoes. I'm not gonna do the side mission. I'm gonna jump straight in deep into the shadows. Do this. Sure that I
Shadow
have
Realm.
dive right on in. The low key reduction. Oh, skills are very important in this. Skills, it's didn't need them earlier on. Basically, skills are gonna. Here, for the sword, you get access to it. The kick is great because the gives you the ability to knock down a key. It does. These are also really it's so that you keep pulse dodge. You cost a lot of points. So heaven is high stand. Other than that, they all do the same. The good thing about is that these actually transfer. So if you get these, go to a different weapon type, you will still have them for that other weapon. Now, any skill that the weapon specific, you will not be able to do. In fact, that's like pretty much you. For example, if I get grappling kick with the sword and use the Odachi, grapple is not a weapon specific skill. So you get that on every. But, for example, kick is. So on the Odachi, I don't have access, even though functional, they are in Y at the end of combo move, and they're kind of going to do almost the same thing. This one's going to hit an enemy, take his key out, as you can see here. But they're weapon-specific skills, so I have to spend more samurai skill points. Get it? Samurai skill points go up when you get more stats. The major stat that affects weapon damage. That's going to be heart, body, strength. Will go up 2 points that you put into type. You can do idle thingies. There's huge list. But basically, there's some kind that you're gonna life always grab. When you grab something from here, there's I think 7 different attributes you get, and when you choose one, you can't choose it again, and it'll cycle through the other 3 options of played before coming back to the previous option. So if I want life, if I then get luck, then get something, eventually life will cycle back on. If I can get is in this I don't have any points yet, but you go into title list. This shows you how you unlock. You'll get reputation points every time you get a certain amount. You can see the reputation point gauge here. You'll get a title. You'll get an upgrade title point for that when you get enough reputation. Those can all be reached. Alrighty, so I think that pretty much covers just about everything. Go into it really quick over here. Stats, you're going to want to know what they mean. Attacks, obviously. Attack damage. Break is how at lowering an enemy blocking. Parry, the higher that is, less your key acted. Some other toughness. How much damage? Everything. It just kind of versus fire. Your agility, right there. Visit our shrine. I can hurt very few, at least a few. He also got talisman water. Water's good. Lightning. I'm gonna go lightning out of personal preference. Ton of damage. It added lint. Really, you can get more points to buy more skills, putting them in magic. Jutsu are basically, these are going to give you pretty much all matter. Not gonna lie, the second boss is actually hard, but not impossible. And he almost got her a few times, and that's the most frustrating thing is he didn't seem to think that he was getting better, but he definitely, for some reason, he was denying that he was getting. Almost killed her a couple. Didn't have faith in himself. Okay.
Believe in the oregano that believes in you.
Exactly.
Or believe in the sign that believes in oregano that believes in you.
Basically that, yeah. Need a little bit of positivity. Now that I've got the grapple skill, I don't have to knock them back. I can still do that. And with the Odachi that I have, it's actually a smart idea because I have that extra final blow damage, which grapples don't count final blows, they count grapples. So I'll actually do more damage with that specific weapon. With the sword though, just as good. That's there, those will. Don't block them. grapple off. Almost like a mini extra tall and extra. Everyone else. Okay, so here's a demon ball, like before. If you choose the correct one, we'll let you through. Don't get angry. Use the wrong second time. Doesn't matter which emote, the colors are what matter. Blue doesn't work, try yellow or red. Pretty much it. Oh, you see that the kick really just so using kicks. Boss is room key. I don't think, but this door up here, if you might check it before lock. Just a dude who's tough in there. Fast with nothing real. I can bait it that and then hard. Oh yeah, that I think that calls it alerts. Ooh. Easy. Easy. Kick. Easy.
What do the hot springs do?
The hot spring kill you. Ooh, I almost got hit. I didn't realize an arc. Ooh, and then they also apply a small buff to you. That will heal correctly. You can do this. We'll lower a drawbridge. And you're wondering, well, what's possibly there that you would want to go all the way back up here, drop down? Well, again, memory might be telling me, but I think it's probably like a. Look here, that's the drawbridge that would fall onto here. Shoot that. Oh, actually, it wasn't correct. False.
Gotta go grab something to drink real quick.
Oh, boy. Imagine. Let's go. Yeah.
Alright, I'm back. And I even grabbed a case of seltzer to put in my mini refrigerator so I don't have to get up every time.
Skills. Yeah, I forgot. You start off with. Oh, that's right, but you have to do Gojo Made. Oh, I have it. We are going to do. Equipment. Attack. Status. Error. What? Other weapons. This. Quick attack damage. Beacon armor. And that's trained. Oh, we got a better bow. Good there. All in order. Distance. Palisade. Up. Less key use. Ooh, upgraded runnings. Yes, I will. Hard. Definitely. Oh. Hey, Terry. Good. See if there's anything that I can do. Hills. That's a passive. That wouldn't be bad, but I don't really have skill. On living weapon. Hold Y. Do one of those. What is that? That because we're already using the pick. Really need that. But this, the parry. So if you're blocking, you hit X at the right time, it'll parry. And have this, you do the riposte after this. That could be good. But our main contention is going to be a boss that's a go cut. Well, let's see if we can find anything. Looks like probably. We can do. Let's do. Gotta clear efficiency. These ones where it says cleared mission, you need to get a certain amount of perfect progress in the story to do a dojo mission or like a weapon proficiency, which kind of sucks, but you know. For now, I guess. Burn those. False. Not do it for that. No, let's do the EA quick draw. Have to. Hold down. Sword's already out. Or already away. Now, the reason why that's good is because it disables enemy armor. Essentially like armor. So, if you get that off on an enemy who's bulky boy to reduce his armor, that's the perfect way to go about doing it. Now, when those guys' hands blow, this is something Trumpit had trouble with. They get hyper armor. So having the hyper armor is the reason why his attacks weren't running on. Not that the game isn't consistent. It's that that he didn't know that the enemy. Hello, hello. Human.
Do not mute. You mute me, I mute you.
Harsh.
This is an ooh zone only.
This is an ooh free zone.
Then what kind of woo can we do?
Full none.
Sounds boring.
Okay. Accident activate.
Can you kill it?
Now, fighting a demon wall, not my favorite. I am picking him to get his keep down because he will be infinitely easier to.
Well, at least he's almost dead.
Yeah, there we go. Got his ass. Easy, man.
Well, at least you got that title out of it.
Yeah, that's true. So I think I probably would have gotten a different title. Uh-oh. If I remember. You doing all right?
No.
You're not sick again.
I told you I've been sick.
Why do you keep getting sick?
It's not my fault.
There. These skeletons really don't like to be fixed. Pick them. Could have said. But this anti-paralytic needles are gonna. So these. Ooh. Guy's a big. Pick him. Picks are really overpowered.
ここより先邪気が強くなっておる。長政が無事だとよいなの。
Feeling like. Fuck me. Being very careful. Oh. Woke up, boy. We are basically at the point now where Trumpit started losing. And I've been there because this next boss fucking sucks.
Who's Trumpit?
He is a streamer on stream.
I don't get it.
Stream Me is like scuffed Twitch.
Twitch for all the bad boys.
Yeah, pretty much. Twitch for all the cool kids.
That's what you get for being a shitter yard.
That's true. gonna scream censorship though.
Probably deserved it.
Oh goodness. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. Local anime girl goes woo.
Ah, woo.
I need some of these needles for I think they could help at this point. Oh, hi Jake. Jake, why don't you come into the Discord? Fine. Speak to me. Speak your speech. So I got fucking wrecked. Rather embarrassing. Oh well. Great. Exactly what. I guess he like it. Not really what I. Okay though. Grab this check. Guess we'll just keep pumping heart. That's what I suggested. Oof. Have to use.
Have to use your Super Saiyan.
Yeah, I know, right? On like an underwhelming enemy because I can't keep my shit together.
Having to use more than 10% of your power.
Like Zoink Scoob, I had to use a whole 1% of my power. Yeah. Basically that bit.
Like, leave cheering to me, Scoot.
Oh, and also there's proficiency point with weapons. Every once in a while, you'll see a proficiency pop up in the lower left for a weapon that. If you use weapons that you don't want to use to get proficiency points, it's a good way to get a couple more. Picks are overpowered.
I will.
Don't. This is a woo free zone. Do you want to go to meme jail?
I've been to meme jail. It's not too bad.
You don't want to go back to meme jail, do you?
Greg put me in meme jail. Greg put me under the cage.
We'll sign you. Heard him. In jail.
Alrighty.
Put me in the cage under your bed.
Yes.
Don't do that.
Hey, you had to go to meme jail.
Don't put me in the meme jail.
You literally asked for it.
No, I said put me in the jail under your bed.
I don't have a jail under.
Yeah,
I do.
he's lying. I saw it.
No.
I'm telling.
Secrets, please do not reveal. Classified info.
Wow. Is
Bum,
this
bum, bum, bum,
Dark
bum.
Souls?
Trumpit thinks it's Dark Souls.
Dude, this is Dark Souls. Oh. Is this the Dark Souls of Dark Souls games?
Yes.
Oh my god, can you roll? Is there rolling?
Yes, there is roll.
Oh my god, this must be Dark Souls. Can you
No,
die
it's
in
clearly Monster Hunter.
it? If you
there's
can
rolling.
die in it, then this is definitely Dark Souls. Dark Souls is the only game you can die in.
I mean, you're probably not wrong. That sounds about right. I heard it from Kotaku. The lead source in games journalism.
Quotation marks journalism?
Two quotation marks, echo.
I thought this was good boy chat.
It's in what?
What?
I didn't imply that somebody was a parenthetical American.
Right, your eye?
Great.
Right.
You mean alt-right?
Well,
Outright, your eye?
everything's gonna be all right.
This is your fault.
What is?
Everything.
Maybe. It's all coming back. Got that, got that.
Hey, your eye, you didn't ask me to be your Valentine.
Oh, would you like to be my Voluntoon?
No,
What the fuck?
I already have a Valentine, sorry.
Is it Celeste?
Nope.
If it's not me and it's not Celeste, then whomst is it?
My best friend.
Best friend.
Not you, Chris. You're my bestest friend.
Well, I'm still apparently not cool enough to date, so you know.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I almost fucked.
Baka, baka.
Baka, baka, baka.
Ay, ay, ay.
Got a little bit greedy there almost.
Ay, ay, ay.
Oh, hello?
Ay, ay, ay.
Jesus this.
Ay, ay, ay.
Yasu Desu.
Ay, ay, ay. Ay, ay, ay.
You,
Who, me?
no, him.
Ay, ay, ay. Excuse me, did you just say him?
He's in Zer Zoobity Bob.
Thank you, much better.
Very good. Very good.
Superman.
Superman, Burger King, lettuce.
Burger King. Lettuce. Number 15.
What you get. Oh!
I think this is what he was referencing.
Hey, yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, I see it.
I so mad.
Yeah, yeah.
I would have
That's right,
died
yeah.
if I didn't
couple more
pop that
syllables.
there, and I had to use my living weapon. Final end. But you know what? That's okay because it'll help me better. It'll help me better illustrate my point that this next boss is actually. Because if I'm good at the game, I should have a living weapon. Take my. This guy wants a beautiful girl to give him the stuck. So we got our anti-paralytic needles, which we already know from. We're gonna need. All right. So. What? We've got salt. Salt, actually, kind of important. It lowers key if they're okay. What I brought up on stream, but I guess he didn't believe me. I understand when you tell somebody to use your salt to kill something that they think that you're trolling, but I was legitimately meaning to use salt as an actual item that exists in. But I understand why somebody would be suspect. What that means. All right, so here we go.
If people could use salt to beat all the enemies in this game, I don't think anybody would have a problem.
Right. All right. Zoinks, Master. I'm gonna go all out like just this once, man. So this is the thought that he was trying to. Now, as you can tell, kind of a scam to be patrolled. It's gonna happen. Not that he said that. He's a good boy. So kick, get out of the way. Get out of the way. Bait an attack out of her. Purge the zones. Try not to get fucked. The guy basically. Kick, get out of the way. Sprint until she decides to stop using those. Keep it distant. Keep the gun. Kick, get out of the way. Sometimes she does an overhead kick. Okay. And when she gets back up, she'll try and grab, so you want to back away. And then you want to purge that yokai zone as fast as you can. And when she inevitably another one, look for those openings to get those kicks in. Watch out for the grab. Watch out for the grab. Stay healed. Watch out for that. Keep sprinting around in a circle until she decides to stop trying. Could have kicked, I didn't. Purge. Kick, get out of the way. Oh shit. That's why we have the anti-paralytic needles. Kick, get out of the way. Kick. And just like that. The kick is the key. The kick is the key to killing the key. That's really key to all of this. So, didn't have to use the salt. The salt would have helped, but I was focused on trying to get the kicks in. Now, if getting a kick feels too risky, you can always just throw the salt. It'll take almost away as much ki as a kick will, if not more. But it's well, you know, it's a consumable item, so use as you will. Sometimes the blacksmith sell them as a they're not expensive, but special finds can only be purchased. I mean, that's pretty cutscene. Oh, spear cheese? Yeah. Well, you can spear cheese. I was trying to tell Trumpit that spear is overpowered, and like for some reason he believed me. He wanted the Odachi. The Odachi's good, but the spear is great. Spear and Odachi would have been too. Sword and Odachi is also good. I recommended one of those two. Now, if I remember correctly, the Ominous Cavern is going to be the same mission over again, but this time it's Nightmare. I will attempt this. Believe that night. Blessing. Let's visit the black. See what we have. Stumble. Get our ingredient. That key reduction, earth damage, +4. That would be really good if that had the earth stat that Trumpets had on it. Fortunately. Final blow. Close combat, key reduction, paralysis. Paralysis. Ooh. Not garbage. All of those can go to the Shadow Realm. Familiarity damage status ailment augmentation. Not so much, but this is okay because I can actually use it show off a couple different features. Let's go Soul Match. We want our base equipment. That we want to build this guy, and there's a specific stat here. Weaken armor % chance that any armor that's attributed to the foot slot of an enemy. This does apply to Ukai and human enemies, depends on the armor. Yokai, I think it's up because skill damage has that rectangle overlapping another rectangle. This axe has weakened feet, rectangle overlapping the other rectangle. When I merge these two together, product should be okay. I think I might have to get the familiarity of them because the final spear is pretty busted. Sword with the parries and just being generally good. The katana is, I mean, it's a freaking katana. It's good. That's the thing. Yeah, you're. You know what? I am forgetting things, but I probably blacksmith. Well, each piece of equipment can have a maximum special effect that can. With the effect, first raise piece of equipment to maximum. To show this, because not really, probably. Even if I do, I'll eat the boss. I'll go into inventory. I'll equip. If I equip the axe, so let's first equip the axe. And in the second one, I'll have the item that I'm going to level up here. If I equip these, and go into items and I that stuff pick up, this will increase the familiarity of equipped weapons by 100. That applies to all weapons, including ranged weapons. So if you want to make sure that you're getting the biggest bang for your buck, make sure that everything that you have equipped has a low familiarity. Pretty much everything in it. So I need 750 familiarity to max on. So that's 5 whetstone. Okay, act. So everything that I have just reached maximum. Now the maximum familiarity confers other buffs, as you can down here. These numbers are blue because they've all increased based off of the higher the rarity of the item, more familiarity you can get on it. Familiarity, the more buffs you can get to everything. So we're gonna go back to the blacksmith. We're gonna soul match. We're going to have the base piece of equipment. We are going to put that getting ahead of go. Axon. Now, the product that comes out that can armor feet on it, skill damage. So that's what I want. And also, if when you're soul matching the material that you use higher level than base, the base will go up to that level. It will also cost you a lot more costing because base is higher than the material. If that were the other way around, it charges you gold for every level that up, and that scales with the delta, B what the base. That does get insanely almost all of your money. All right. So something else we can do is I mentioned earlier that this katana, I don't give a fuck about this. So I can spend money to reforge it. it'll give me something random. The final blow damage, that's deep. Let's get a little bit greedy here. Roll for the couple times. Paralysis. Break plus 13. That's not bad, but I'm going to get greedy. Status
You've
element
already greed
cluster.
half your money.
Yeah. Lightning damage weapon. Okay, now this is cool because I have the lightning talisman. So this will actually work out pretty well for me. I'll gain 40% of everything that I'm using with the lightning talisman on this weapon as damage. Actually good. Alrighty. Also, I should add, the more stats you try to replace at a time, the higher chance you have to get. Alrighty. So we are going to do which is the beefed up hard mode version of the match. So we're going to see how that. In these beefed up modes, almost all the regular human enemies are replaced. And in order to unlock the beefed up mode, you have to first beat the original base mission. And then I think they just kind of go around on a rope. Alrighty. I should have re-rolled this. Yep, so these guys were normal spearmen last time. Now, they are yokais. They hurt a lot. That was me. I'm locked.
Fucking stinky idiot.
I'm done. Let's flip. Then that stamina man, really key. Key to lowering their.
Well, I think they can increase their ki if they went on the keto diet.
Keto. Oh yeah. Forgot about that. So, hopefully it doesn't spoil the effort. Is common player. Here you go. Evidence. Based off of it. Now, I'm going to cheat. Hell, this player is pretty decent gear. There we go. Ooh, baby. Well, I got lucky. When you kill enemy revenants, drop the gear. The gear that I just got, lightning infused Odachi. I'm not going to refuse. I think that the attack damage on the is going to be. The thing that sucks about this is literally quite a bit of time upgrading the last Odachi. For this guy, we're going to switch to the katana because the most important thing with him is knocking us. Not really damage. Each. Around. Don't want to. Here. You like claps? Rats? Oh. Check that. All. Okay. Use a kit. Like a essential. We will. Flying. Now, just because a weapon, lightning talisman, doesn't mean that you couldn't use it. Lightning Talisman has a buff plus of like plus because of your weapon have. I think this weapon is plus 7. But I mean extra damage. We actually could get the buff. Boink. Headbutt ya. Bonk. I haven't. That's awesome. Read a gauge edition so that your luck Kodama sense is cool because it makes the little Kodama here. That makes them appear. This actually and elemental effect makes it so that when you hit an element down there is because that will make that when you get a status effect on it, two status effects fusion, and that makes immediately lose all ki. It's staggered by every hit, double the normal. It's retarded. But the easiest thing to do, which is why it's so good, but it's not like it's possible to do. Yoink. Boom. Easy. This having to fight two. But the other. Died here. Not just our friend. Eat.
Fetus, that fetus.
Boom. Gotta dunk him. It's that easy. Oh, on my radar, top right, that little blink, they have code. Actually, because at the show, but we'll see. Ooh, similar. Believe. Tragic thing. Now, if you chill out for it, you'll be able to see the difference. I'm going to hear some rustling. The Tanuki. So he comes out, he does a gesture, and then you have to mimic. Do that, right? He gets excited and he gets treasure. If you do that wrong, he fucking tries to kill you as a clone of yourself. So, you know, you win some, you lose. I almost died again. Okay, though, that's what that's there for. Always good to have. And I should be using it more often. As a general aside. Now, as you kill things, your meter charges, but your meter will still charge even while it's going, which is sometimes why you're seeing blah, blah. That's not for no reason. It's actually because I'm killing things, gaining Amrita because of that. There we go. Right. Time. Blue, yellow, red. Blue, yellow, or red.
Yellow.
This pleases the wall. Good job, son. Easy. Easy. Oh, that happened. Times it's be it be. We are able to get it. Easy. Intend to do that. taken out. Oh no! 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 Stop! Stop! Don't hide me. Oh, no. Doing AO Casio Court. And the wings flip out before. Because I'm bad. She does the overhead strike. Not nothing. Oh no. Oh no. You got me. It's so close. It's so close. It really was. Ooh, that's embarrassing. Got this. Oh, I have to.
They'll just have to get gooder.
Yeah, I know. Get more gooder. That's how much the salt does. Like, failing to purge from. Oh my god! Oh my god! I got. What was I doing? I don't know what the fuck I was thinking there. I didn't even pick up my spirit. I totally arrogant. All right, Jake. If I don't get it, I'm gonna see.
You can't say that. Oh wait, this is streaming me.
Bravo. Ooh, I missed her with this. I sprinkle her with a little bit of my true feelings. There we go. Got her. All right, there we go. Very doable, very consistent. Every time I died, totally my fault. That's pretty much all I wanted to do. A little bit longer to get through the tower and screwed up. But the general thing is, especially in boss fights where the bosses evade it, um, definitely, definitely take your time. Wait for the opening. Use moves that rob enemies. Make sure to purge those yokai zones so that regain their stamina, damaging their. Throwing salt at her takes half E-bar out. That was the upgraded version. Normally it's a 11. That very doable. Ball's in your court. Gotta do it now, right?